My dad is Indian. My late grandfather is from Kerala. And my mom is Bugis descendant.
Bro,
Yeah.
this one line is going to get you so many Indian clients for your real estate business, I swear. When you went to the Istana, did you look around and think like, what's the valuation of this building?
Where's the afternoon sun? How are your neighbors?
How many cars? How many kapas?
Is it haunted?
We are not saying that President you should sell.
But give me a call. You think you're selling.
Call Batisah Realtors if you want to put the Istana on Property Guru. What's going on, everyone? Thanks for joining us on another special, very exclusive episode of the Rishi Report podcast right here. Some time ago, when I was a national serviceman, I remember being on a late night guard duty and listening to the radio and hearing this name for the first time. It was Taufik Batisah. And I'm very happy to share that 20 years later, I have completed all my NS liabilities and I have that man in the studio with me as my special guest. Folks, please welcome Mr. Taufik Batisah.
Hey, what's up, man?
How's it going, man, brother?
I've been good. It's been great. Thank you for having me.
You have been changing the landscape, in my view, of Singapore's show business over the past 2 decades.
Wow. Yeah.
But two decades, bro.
It's insane. The show was in 2004.
Singapore Idol, we're talking about.
Yeah. We're talking about Singapore Idol. It's been 22 years, man.
20. Well, okay.
It's insane.
Some people who are maybe a bit younger than 22.
Some of you might not be born.
I can imagine. I have some viewers.
I'm very sure you have young viewers as well, Rishi. Yeah.
That's talk me through what these thoughts have been over the past year or so, because I know that in 2004 you became the first ever Singapore Idol.
Alhamdulillah.
And that is a fact, a milestone that goes down in Singapore's history books. It will always be talked about. But sometime a year ago, well, not even a year ago, in 2025, you did your concert.
Yeah, my first.
Your final concert.
First and my last concert. Yeah.
As you said. So talk me through what's going on between day 1 and day 100 right here.
Wow. I'll try to summarize it.
Yeah.
I mean, alhamdulillah, what happened in 2004, I'm very grateful for that opportunity. It was just work from there because, funny conversation that I've had with some of my friends or family and friends who came over to the house. I used to have all of my awards in a storeroom in boxes, right? So now I actually display it in my house. I have a space. So they'll be looking at the awards and then they are wondering, where's the Singapore Idol award? Where's the plaque or anything? There's no plaque. There's no award. There's no money. So yeah, I know.
Alamak.
Newsflash. So, but I was very grateful and am still very grateful because they gave me a artist management contract, music contract. So music contracts, basically, they give you an advance that you have to pay off after, right? So there's no real monetary reward. But what I truly appreciate was that opportunity and those contracts that was given to me, because that allowed me to start working.
I'm going to bring this up, sorry.
To just start working.
Young Taufik.
24-year-old Taufik.
This was auditions, not even the actual day.
No, this guy.
What was going through your mind, man? You talk about the contracts that happened after, but before getting on this show, were you already performing?
Yeah. I was performing with a buddy of mine, Mark, with this group called Bonafide.
Bonafide, yes.
Yeah, Bonafide. And then we had a few other members, but the main 2 members was me and Mark. So we started off with a friend of ours, Humbug. So the 3 of us, the first performance was at Youth Park. That was way back. That was even before 2024. Sorry, 2004. That was 2002, if I'm not wrong.
Youth Park is where Scape is now, right? Whole area.
So opposite Scape, there's this small space.
Where it used to be a double-decker bus.
Yeah. So double-decker bus wasn't even there.
Oh, man.
Yeah, this was way back where people used to even skate there.
Do you kids know about Youth Park? No?
Nah,
Okay.
nah,
Alamak.
that's way beyond their
Only the
time, I guess.
only the real youths know about youth.
Real use.
Okay.
Yeah.
The other image of the young Taufik, you still
Yeah.
have one more? Yeah? This was
Wow.
you calling for votes, bro.
This was when people still use their house phones.
Call 1-900-112-1901 to SMS 1. Vote for Taufik.
I'll be doing this call. Yeah. But those were, in retrospect, because I've said this before in an interview, right? When I was going through the motion for Singapore Idol and at the finals as well, I did not understand the gravity of the entire thing. It was something that has never happened before.
Yep.
I couldn't enjoy the moment. I was just going through the motion. I couldn't understand how mashallah, how amazing, what an amazing opportunity I was given, right? So I was just fully focused on, okay, try to win it somehow, and then just get to work lah. I was really not concerned about prize money. I was not at all, because I just wanted to work. I just wanted to basically start making a living.
Was it different though? Like, you mentioned you were part of a band with your friends.
Yeah.
Right? Like fellow artists, musicians. Yeah. How did that dynamic change once you became Singapore Idol?
It was lonely. I mean, to be honest, it was lonely, because when you become, or when you want to brand a certain artist a certain way, right? Where you want to make him or her inaccessible to people. So typically, a management, what they will do, which typically what they do in Korea, I'm pretty sure, not easily accessible to everyone, to the fans.
Yep.
And whatnot. So they become elusive. They become like some, like this brand or this thing that just enter and disappears. If you want to see me, you got to engage me. I appear and then I disappear. I don't mingle. I don't what and whatever not.
There's multiple levels in between. There's a PR person. There's a manager. There's a producer.
Yeah.
And then you get to
the artist. So you have the good cop, you have the bad cop, and you have the whatnot. Then you get to the artist. So you will never see what the artist truly is, their character, right? So that was then.
Yeah.
And I went through that many years. So it's a lonely journey when I'm in the industry, because I don't get to mix around with many friends, which I'm fine, because I'm an introvert anyways.
Really, yeah? Singapore Idol, first ever Singapore Idol.
Yeah.
Taufik Batisah is an introvert.
Yeah,
Did you all notice?
I am.
Yeah?
I am. So I'll give my all when I'm out.
Yeah.
Especially because I'm super appreciative of the support from the fans, the supporters, right? So every time I see them, when they get excited, of course, I'll give them my full attention. Even when there were days where it's not really the best day, but I keep telling myself, they support you. This is a risk from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. So you gotta be on. You gotta be on, right? You gotta be on. So being an introvert, when I get home, I'm just like, it drains. I'm just drained, basically.
Okay, well, I can completely relate to this, bro.
Yeah.
I mean, my work as a comic or as a host, even so, we worked together a few times.
Yeah.
Right? I remember the first time I worked with you was on a telemovie for Surya. If you recall. Yeah, good thing, right? Yeah, you recall that.
Yeah.
I mean, I was in this cameo appearance, but we had some conversations there, and okay, this is a weird thing that I remember. I remember talking to Taufik Batisah and you telling me, yeah, bro, it's been great. I've been very grateful for all the support. And then we started talking about ethnicity and race for some reason, right? And then he's like, actually, a lot of people think I'm Malay, but I'm not. I'm like, huh? What? He said, yeah, I'm actually, I'm of Indian origin.
Yeah,
right? He told me.
Yeah.
So, and then I'm like, oh yeah, that's interesting. And looking back, I'm like, yeah, you remind me of a president I once knew. Okay. Wow. I was just waiting to talk to Taufik about this. Anyway.
It's true. My dad is So my dad is Indian. My late grandfather is from Kerala. And my mom is Bugis descendant.
Bro,
Yeah.
this one line is going to get you so many Indian clients for your real estate business, I swear.
You gotta be proud of your origins, man.
Yeah.
You have to be.
No,
Yeah,
I
you
feel
have
you.
to be. Yeah. So we had that conversation. I was like, yeah, bro.
It was awkward.
Yeah.
It was weird because we're just having like lunch in
Yeah,
between.
yeah.
And I remember because...
I think it's the Indian connect. I don't
yeah,
know.
we just kind of started talking about, yeah, lah, bro, we are both doing Surya, we have to speak Malay, but actually we're Indian. And I remember
That's
very
funny.
clearly at the time thinking about this because I was just starting out in showbiz, so maybe 2011, 2012, around that very early 2010s period.
Yeah.
And I was not really booking gigs on the mainstream English channels, but I had done multiple Surya shows by then as either a supporting cast or coming on board as a guest appearance. And I found it weird, but maybe that was just the industry at the time, And this leads to my question.
Yeah.
How do you think showbiz in Singapore has changed in your 20 years that you've been doing it? Because you're someone who has had the benefit of not just doing music, but also hosting and acting.
Yeah. It has definitely evolved a lot. I believe the main cause of the evolution is social media. This is something that you can't avoid. If you're not with it, you're going to be left behind. What I noticed back in the day, what I was mentioning just now, artists are elusive.
Yes.
You don't really know how their character is. The first time when Instagram was introduced, this one I believe was back in 2012,
13, maybe.
So
maybe.
it's around there. I released an album in 2014. And I actually used social media to boost one of the songs called Awak Kat Mana. And it became popular. The tagline became popular through social media first. Then I created the song after.
Oh.
Yeah, so I realized like, I gotta get on this bandwagon, right? So basically what I'm getting at is gone are the days where the artists are quiet and elusive. You don't know their character. You don't know how they are. Now it's more of seeing how relatable the artists are when they are not on stage, when they're not acting, how funny they are, if like you can vibe with them, if they're actually your friends. So it's a whole different spectrum right now. So I believe with the power of social media, right, people start to understand there are demands for different types of artists based on how strong their social media following is, or YouTube, or TikTok, Instagram, whatnot, right? So this changes the game, right? I was on this show before, Channel 5, was a long-form show called Provocative. There was this question about them hiring influencers as actors. And the debate was, but they are influencers.
Yeah.
Why are you letting them act? I mean, acting is acting. They're influencers.
Yeah.
But my question is, right, with any show, music video, whatever not, right? What is the most expensive currency that a creator requires?
A fan following.
It's attention.
Attention, right.
Attention is a very expensive currency. So when these influencers, right, of course they can't be bad lah. They have to be some form of caliber, right? So they have done their due diligence, creating a fan following, like you mentioned, right? So this is the currency of attention. They have done everything that they need to acquire this currency, to acquire this eyes, this audience, right? So what companies would typically do is use this business model that they have set up and collaborate with their business model, which is their show or whatever it is, right? To get the eyes or to get this attention on their platform, right? So I think you need to understand. I think the debate is still there. I'm not saying that all influencers can act, but you gotta look beyond just simply the acting standpoint.
This is actually a very interesting argument, right? Because it's something that is not unique to Singapore, I think, right? It's around the world, even in the Indian market, which sometimes we are exposed to. There is this conversation. You have a much bigger talent pool there as well. people who've trained in the theatre for a decade.
Yeah.
And they are obviously very talented, very great actors. They suit the role. They fit everything that's required. But social media is only 1,825 followers versus the famous influencer.
Yeah, 40 million or like 1 million. I mean, India's level is different. It's
Different
like,
level, yeah,
it's
yeah,
like
exactly.
10 million, 9 million.
You have this fan following, but you've never been in a film before.
Yeah.
And there's no way you can compare to this theatre actor or actress.
Yeah.
But you get the job because of what you say.
Yeah.
The attention, the eyeballs, that people will watch the show at least.
Yeah.
So I think that to me that's a very difficult argument because and maybe our generation is one of those that straddles between these two worlds.
Absolutely.
Right?
Yeah.
Because you kind of trained and grew up in that world. You probably cut your teeth as a musician in front of live audiences, right? Singing anywhere you get a chance to do.
Yeah, which is I mean, you were asking me how has music evolved, right? Or how has the industry evolved? This is the evolution. So, of course, the debate is, you're just an influencer or whatever not. But you have to look at if you're looking to put out a movie, a song or whatever, right? It's all about getting ears to listen to it. It's all about getting eyes to watch it, right? So these companies who pump in a lot of money, right? They need some form of assurance that they're going to get their money back, right? It's a business. At the end of the day, it's not. I mean, as much as you would love for it to be, it's not like I'm doing it for the art or whatever. So people have to be careful.
Yep.
If you want to do it for the art, create your own business and run it, and then you can just I'm doing it for the art and I'm only getting the good people. So good, do it because this is what you believe in, right? So even for like over the years, I've seen live performance has kind of like has dwindled down to miming. Live performance have dwindled down to just online performance, just videos and things like that. And you get popular from that first. And then when you go on stage, you can't really perform and things like that, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's not just music, but I'll build on that.
Sorry.
Go ahead.
So even the new artists or actors, they need to do their homework.
Yep.
Because it has changed, but whatever, like the live performance and things like that, this is something that you need to work on to add on to your skill set. Because when you can perform, online or whatever not, and then you can perform live, you are gonna be you're gonna be the one, basically.
It is absolutely true what you're saying, bro. But I think you will agree with me that you need to learn live first. You can translate. It's like, okay, you're a fitness guy. We all know. We all have seen your fitness corner video. Spoil market, this guy. You spoil market in my house,
bro.
For me.
Come on, man. Dude, you were on a fitness. Dude, you look great.
I was just trying to stay alive, bro.
Bro, stay alive with a six pack. That's not staying alive. That's flexing, bro.
You know why? I tell you, once and you're in your 40s as well, right?
Yeah.
Okay. I mean, I think once you cross that 40 age gap, you start thinking about health.
For sure.
And lifestyle and all that. And being in showbiz.
Yeah.
It helps to fit into your clothes.
It does. Absolutely, without a doubt.
And given we have the Indian genetics that are not always the most favorable for fitness, we have to work a bit harder.
We have to work a bit harder on our squats.
No, but to give a fitness analogy, right? So why I say that? Okay, if you are a live musician, actor, comedian, even.
Yeah.
It is possible to translate those live skills onto video or a phone or social media. But the reverse is much harder and not everybody can do it, right? It's the same as if you can do a pull-up, very likely you can do a push-up. But if you can do a push-up, doesn't mean that you can.
Oh, that's good.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So that's why I see sometimes that, and as a comedian, right, sometimes when we are doing live shows and there's a live lineup show and they say, hey, we are thinking of getting this particular influencer who's super funny, hilarious on camera, great following.
Yeah.
And they say we're going to put them on the live stage.
Yeah.
I'm always a bit like, hey, are we sure that we want to do this? Maybe we want to get them some live stage show performance first, some time first.
Not on a headliner, right?
Get them into the open mic first.
Yeah.
Let them get comfortable because it's a different world.
Oh,
man. Yeah.
I don't know how you guys do it. That's amazing, by the way.
Bro, it is the same with I cannot understand how you, and I've watched you perform live.
Right.
The energy is insane. And you said yourself that that is what gives you the kick.
Yeah, it does.
You don't enjoy it as much as doing a video or doing MTV. You prefer the live audience.
Yeah. So, of course, I used to prefer it. I've moved on to other things already.
Okay.
It's okay. People have phases in their life. That's another topic.
Okay.
But I think in any industry that you are in, it is very important for you to do your homework and cover all grounds. If you're a performer, if you decide to be a performer, and that is the phase in your life right now, you have to be good at your social media, you have to be good at your branding, you have to be good at, if you songwrite, good, do that. And then, of course, ultimately, you need to be good at performing live, because that's what I guess is debatable as well. Not all audience really need their favorite artist to perform live. And this is true because consumers are basically the smartest person in the room. We can pretend like, no, you don't know music. No, if that's what they want, that's what they want. Right? We can't like, no, you don't know music. You don't like my music? No, my music is good. So you don't know what you're consuming. No, they are the smartest person in the room.
Yep.
They decide what they want to consume, right? But I'm just saying it would serve you best if you are good as well at performing live. I believe same goes to if you're going to do comedy. It's good for you to maybe do circuits before, do small shows, get the feel and whatever not. So if you have all of these ammos, right, you can do online content, recorded content, you can do skits, and then you can do live. You are the one. So it's basically just don't shortchange yourselves.
Yep.
If you're an actor, I mean, you do online content. Theater, I've done theater. Theater is no joke.
Yeah.
But the adrenaline of doing theater I loved it. Because it's one shot.
Yep.
It's one shot. There's no turning back, right?
We are asked sometimes as artists, like what is the reason that you keep going back to this live stage? Theater. You rehearse for whatever, 4 weeks, 6 weeks, 2 months.
Yeah.
And then you get one shot at that line with that one group of strangers.
Yeah.
I think there's no high I've ever reached in my life as it is to get like a spontaneous, involuntary laughter from a room full of strangers.
Yeah, that's amazing.
Cannot compete with it. No kind of other experience, whatever you say, bungee jumping, skydiving, or I mean, some people also pursue, the intoxications of some kind, the drugs or the whatever. But I don't think nothing comes close, bro, in my view. And I think that's why people like us pursue it. But on the flip side, I will ask you this. You are one of those artists whose careers I've been very intrigued by over the 2 decades because you seem to be someone who understands the importance of the word business in show business.
Yeah.
And I was told once when I started that, in the word show business is the longer word.
Yeah.
Tell me,
I like that.
Yeah, tell me how you've balanced this over the years. Because, I mean, you've got, of course, this insane career, but you've also got a real estate business running. You've got an F&B outfit that's been very successful. Yeah. And recently you've got an interior design firm.
Ivory Cove.
I mean, bro, you are planning to be a minister with multiple portfolio? Or what's going on?
I think it's very important to diversify. Alhamdulillah, all of this rizki is from Allah. But we, as human beings, right, we have to put in the work. We have to put in the work. I believe in the higher power, of course. I believe that everything comes from him. But we need to put in the work because we don't deserve any miracles, right? So when I've been self-employed all of my life, so in my CPF, I only have 3,000. I think with the OA interest 2.5, I think it has increased lah. So
But your MediSave is
my
damn
man.
huge. Problems of self-employed people, bro.
It's like,
We try to stay healthy,
Yeah.
but we got so much MediSave.
oh my MediSave.
But we got no CPF.
That's funny. Yeah, we got no CPF. But Alhamdulillah, I mean that's how it's meant to be. So during Idol, I knew I wasn't the best singer in the room. I knew I wasn't the most popular or I would say the most obvious person in the room
To win the contest.
Yeah. So to me, this is a great mindset to have. To me, of course, it depends on the individual. You can either use it as something that's going to make you depressed, or you can use it as a catalyst for you to do better, right? And for you to like assess the situation and then this is what I need to do, right? So earlier on already, I figured like, after the first audition, I was being an idiot. I talked back to the judges and I realized, that's not. And I saw it on TV. Dude, I would punch that guy, right? So I realized, you shouldn't be doing that. You should just perform. So when luckily that I went through the first show then I realized, and the first show I was still doing a little bit of that. I still didn't learn. I toned it down. I still didn't learn. Still doing a bit of that, and I realized, I get it. You just need to perform, practice, do your best, perform, listen to whatever the judges say, don't care about it, and then go back, practice, perform, and just smile. If they say any negative things, just smile. Okay, all right. Because so that you don't get a negative reaction from the audience, right? So I realized, that's what you got to do, because you don't want people to start going like debating your rebuttals to them. So I told Dick Lee this. Actually, whatever you guys say, I never listen to it. I just listen to it, smile, and then I go back to the drawing board, figure out how I can win this or how I can wiggle my way to the finals.
This was your first ever time on camera, was it?
For TV.
For TV.
For
Okay.
TV, yeah. So somehow, of course, Alhamdulillah, Allah gave me this risky to somehow win, right? After I won, the first year, I think it was just overwhelming. It was something absolutely unfamiliar, all of this attention, right? I was lost for a bit. Yeah, I thought I was somebody. I thought I was special. I thought I was like, wow, Singapore Idol. Everybody is like in awe of you. So I thought I was special. I thought like, this is me. This is it, right? But Alhamdulillah, I think I'm quite confident it's the way my parents have brought me up, my dad and my mom. I snapped out of it after 1 year or so. I realized that this thing's not going to last.
Would you mind if I ask, how did you snap out of it? Was there something that happened, or someone told you something? Or was it a realization?
Over the years, right? I have been so privileged to to have this self-realization on my own, because I'm, of course, it's from Allah. Again, I'm sorry to sound so spiritual, but this is what I truly feel, because when something doesn't make sense, it's always from the higher power. When something comes to you, it doesn't make sense, you got to attribute it to the higher power.
Wow.
Now, at my age, I attribute everything to the higher power, because I realize that that's absolutely true. So, because when you're surrounded by people who are just like, wow, you are you get lost and you think you are actually somebody, but you don't realize this is just a gift given to you by the higher power for a while to see what you're going to do with it, right? So I was lucky that I snapped out of it. Again, I don't have a mentor. I don't talk to anyone about it. But I guess I realized that, hey, wait a minute. I used to live in a one-room flat, actually. So 1 room, 1 hall at Dover, and then at Clementi when my parents got separated. I don't ever want to be poor again. I don't want to be in that situation ever again. So it was, during my poly days, it was me, my eldest brother, my Dane and Moose, and my mom, 4 of us in a flat in Clementi, and then Dover, rental flat, 1 room, 1 hall. So we were sleeping in the hall, mom was in the room, and I was in poly then, right? So I realized, like, what are you doing? None of this is gonna last. There's a lifespan to entertainment. You need to lock in, basically, right?
This was, you had already won the contest and you were on a contract.
On a contract. It was with Artist Network and Sony BMG back then.
Okay.
Yeah. So, alhamdulillah, I snapped out of it, and then I realized, let's get to working. You gotta work. You gotta figure out how you're gonna expand or stretch your career, your entertainment career, right? Yep. Because being a minority in Singapore, it's because of, again, I've said this before, I don't blame Singapore. It's just that Singapore is small. So when for artists or musicians or whoever, entertainers, right, if you're just simply based in Singapore, I understand it's frustrating. Or even especially when you're a minority, right? It's because of the population.
Yep.
It's not enough people for you to be like super duper highly successful or get like all of the brand deals or whatever, because it's just a matter of this one lah, population lah.
Yep.
So I did that.
You accepted that, like you
accepted, like,
understood it, and you went like, okay,
this is the way it is.
Yeah, it's
That's
what
fine.
it is.
Yeah.
No point complaining.
No point victimizing yourself.
Figure the shit out.
Figure that shit out.
Yeah,
right?
I feel you.
Yeah, figure it out. So, and then from there, years in, I realized that, I needed to start writing music, because I can get another source of income from there. I needed to write music and arrange music for other people. I can get sources of income from there. I need to learn how to act somehow. I can get another avenue of income from there. I wanted to try hosting, but I can't. I'm just really bad at it. So I just have to figure out things. So this is where I realize the business aspect of it is understanding that it is a business. Yes, the talent is really important, but you need to run yourself as a business in order for you to have that longevity. Yeah. So, yeah. And then from there, I started realizing that it's not going to last for forever. Then I opened up my fried chicken shop, Chick's Hot Chicken.
Yep.
It's been running, alhamdulillah, for 8 years already.
Wonderful, man.
We have 2 outlets. And then real estate was because of my brother. He asked me to take the exam, and then God willing, I passed the exam first time. And then I didn't want to do it start yet, but my brother said, "Are you stupid? Are you stupid? Just do it. You need to do it now." I said, "Okay," because I was worried of change, right? I was worried of letting go of entertainment and whatnot. But then I did it. Alhamdulillah. Then COVID happened, and then entertainment just stopped. But real estate just went nuts during COVID. We were selling units by Zoom, actually. It was, it's nuts. It's insane. Because people bought out of necessity. People sell out of necessity, right?
A lot of people couldn't service their mortgages and all that because their streams of income were disrupted.
Yeah. So once we addressed the issue, we figured out what our clients needed. So everything just went via Zoom. Then,
Yeah, you mentioned...
Sorry, I just went on
No. This is exactly what... That's great, because it's a very natural, organic part of your thought process, because it has been a natural, organic part of your journey.
Yeah.
Right? This change, as much as you say you are resistant to change, as a third person watching you, it doesn't seem so. It seems like you are someone who understood very early that change is necessary. Adapting.
But change is tough, though.
Of course, it's tough.
It's very, very tough.
Nobody likes it, but you seem to have taken that as probably the one most important thing that has driven you forward, it seems like.
Alhamdulillah.
I am curious, though, was this diversification, like you say, into your F&B business or into real estate?
Yeah.
Was this because you thought one day showbiz is not gonna serve me? Or was it that, no, actually I enjoy the F&B aspect of it. You know, real estate, maybe you say that you were a bit resistant to it, but you know, opening your own restaurant, for example.
It's definitely thinking that it's early that entertainment is not going to last.
Okay,
it's
so
definitely
this is
that.
Purely business decision.
It's purely business decision because I needed another source of income. I needed to make sure that I can put food on my table for my family and then for myself. So it's purely understanding that putting all of your eggs in one basket and knowing that early is not a good idea. And especially being in Singapore, where of course cost of living is not the cheapest. So it's better for us to understand early, especially for the young ones who's watching, to do investments early, to diversify your portfolio early. If you already have a full-time job, try to get a side hustle. Don't get too comfortable because you are replaceable. With the introduction of AI now, right? It's super scary. There's a lot of, I think there's a lot of jobs that's gonna be, it's gonna be replaced. So I wanted to make sure I never want to be poor again. I never want to be in the situation where my family and I, need to. I wouldn't say suffer because in retrospect, I was looking at being in a one-room, one-hall flat. It's alhamdulillah. It's great. It's great. I've seen people now who are living it, having tougher means to live, right? But it's just that I'm thinking it's something that I don't want for my family. So I just work lah. Just basically work, do as much as I can. And work with people that I know can assist me to sustain the businesses that I have.
How did you get this level of clarity in your life, bro? I'm curious because, not everybody has this clarity, right? That, okay, you seem to be someone who at a very young age knew that, okay, God, I gotta figure my shit out. And sometimes people know they have to do something, but they don't know what.
I think in the beginning it was fear. It was the fear of being poor. It was really that. It was the fear of being poor. That gave me this non-negotiables of the things that I need to do. This gave me this mindset that because we are self-employed, right? The shows that we get are the ones that get us paid. So there are months where we don't have shows. So it's basically zero lah. So self-employed, there's no company insurance, there's no CPF, there's no bonuses. So basically you don't have a safety net. And I don't come from a rich family where my dad or my mom is going to save me. I don't, which I'm very grateful for. That instilled this mindset that I am my own safety net. I am my family's safety net lah. So it's that fear of this safety net going missing or the family falling through this safety net. So I needed to make sure that doesn't happen. And I needed to make sure that I have means and ways to generate income lah. So it's purely fear.
That's to me that's remarkable, Taufik, because fear actually drives people to do something sometimes not the most clear things.
Right,
absolutely. But you somehow manage to turn that fear into a degree of clarity, of focus, and of action that drove you in the correct direction. But take me back to any point in these 20 years that you faced insurmountable challenge or maybe a monkey wrench in the program, a crazy, difficult thing that you're like, oh man, this one, I don't know how to navigate, man. Can't be like Mr. Batisah has all the answers. I'm sure there might have been a time where you're like, oh man, how do I figure this one out?
Maybe I can just give one lah.
Sure.
Still not a big deal. you may say that I'm somewhat successful, but I've tried my very best over the past 22 years to penetrate Malaysia, just our neighbor.
Yeah.
Just to be a household name there. It didn't really work.
You were there for a while, right?
I tried to make a name with my songs or whatever now for 22 years. Maybe until 2014 lah, when this song Awak Kat Mana. For that long period of time, right, for like 12 years, it didn't work. Like I still couldn't be a household name in Malaysia, like someone like Aaron Aziz or Adi Putra or even Alif right now. Alif Sleek.
Yep.
So that was like one of my like, why? How come they don't like me there as much as the Singaporeans do? But I think it's not a big deal. Yeah, that's the only thing that I can think about. So for everything else, I've been this clarity, which like I just go like, okay lah, if cannot, then I'll just focus on Singapore. Like it's just that clarity, just that decision to not really like hope and that some magic is gonna happen. Like, I just like, okay, it's not gonna work. Okay, I'm just gonna focus on Singapore. And then if they like something, then okay, they like something. So something happened in 2014. The song Awak Kat Mana blew up, and then it went viral because this was the early days of Instagram, the hashtags and things like it went viral. So the Malaysians start to know me, and then I was a guest judge in this huge show called Maharaja Lawak, the comedy show.
Yes,
right?
yes, yes.
It was super huge back then, 2014, and I blew up, and then I started like doing movies in Malaysia as an actor. I wasn't even an actor, right?
Right.
So suddenly my career was like, my career was picking up. I was getting opportunities left and right in Malaysia. Then I got married. Okay, so there's this equation, right? Back then when you get married, you're no longer accessible to the female fans who kind of like, right?
Okay, that's understandable.
Yeah, so when I got married, at the same time, before the reaction is there, I was like, yeah, my career is on its peak right now. I'm gonna get married because that's the time of my life. I've dated my wife for mashallah, alhamdulillah, 10 years. And
before you got married.
Before I got married, yeah, there's a story about that as well.
Wow, man.
So she's been the most amazing individual in my life, besides my mom and my dad, of course, and my brothers. So I was like, I can't wait too long. It's unfair for this amazing woman to be waiting. So I was like, strategic again, tactical. Right, boom, get married. Bam. So what is the worst thing that can happen if I'm like that, right? So it's just go down this way.
Okay.
Right? Then just deal with it. Yeah. And truthfully enough, like 30K people unfollowed me on Facebook.
The moment they found out you're married.
I was gonna get married. So so I've been moving strategically through my entire life simply because of this. To some, it may be an unhealthy fear of being poor, but to me, no. It's perspective. I have this clear perspective that that's not what I want for my family. So I work and I move strategically. I get the right people to work with me, right teammate to work with me. I do things based upon assessment and calculated risks. That's how I move. So like that, I just popped into my head.
Yep.
Yeah, that's me.
Yeah.
That basically sums up how I function.
And you didn't even consciously
I didn't even
function
consciously, I didn't even consciously. I was like, all right, okay. Yeah.
You mentioned family a lot, though.
Yeah.
How big a part of your life and your journey and your priority is family?
Oh, family is everything, man. Family is everything because my parents got divorced when I was 11 or 12. And the conversation was basically they didn't see eye to eye. And at a young age, one day I went up to my dad and I told him that, well, I think you should divorce. Now that I'm thinking back, looking at this young boy, right, he has no idea what the heck he's talking about. But he kind of makes sense because when two people just butting heads all of the time, and they just can't function together. I guess the smart thing to do, rather than creating this unhealthy environment for the people around you, is go your separate ways, because that's just how Allah has meant it to be. Now lah, but as a young boy, where did that come from, right? So of course they didn't get divorced because of what I said, because I was just a young innocent kid, right? From there, I realized the gravity of your parents being separated, right? It's actually quite heavy, especially during festive period. Other times it is heavy, but it's especially heavy and especially in your face lah, festive period, because you can't celebrate together, birthdays or whatnot. So from there, people ask me, why did I buy the house that I bought when it's just me, my mom, my wife, and my helper? It's because I have this dream of getting all of my entire family, my in-laws as well, the night of Hari Raya together in my house, comfortably.
Yep.
And for my dad, who's been living in Malaysia for more than 30 years, to come pray Fajr with me, and the ideal Fitri's prayer at the mosque with me in Singapore. I wanted him to be in Singapore the night before Hari Raya and on the day of Hari Raya.
Yep.
And I want him and my mom to be in the same house. So Alhamdulillah, it happened this year for the first time.
Oh, so happy to hear that.
Yeah. So that's, hopefully that's going to be the new tradition. And that is how important family is to me. I have this clarity. I'm going to turn 45. That in this world, we are put on this earth. It's a form of tests. Life is just about tests that we are supposed to try our best to ace it, because Allah put us in this world to be the best version of ourselves. And in order for us to be the best versions of ourselves, we have to go through tests. So the tests can be in the form of, you don't generate enough income, or people hate you, or maybe you go through many things, accident or whatever, or sickness and whatever. So I believe one of the tests is also to be selfless as much as you can.
Yep.
To not only think about yourself, do things that's beyond what's the best for you. Think about your family, think about the people around you. So that's been what I've been focusing on in my family, and of course just to prepare for what we're supposed to prepare for akhirat, which is the hereafter lah. So that's basically all of these tests. For me, I have this clarity.
Yep.
It's for me to prepare for what's the inevitable when I'm no longer on this earth, which is akhirat, where we're going to be questioned. What have you been doing?
Have you done your best?
Have you done your best? So what is your answers to all of the tests that you've been given?
Yep.
So to me, family is everything. I work for my family, and that drives me.
While we are discussing, the topic of tests and family, your wife recently mentioned on a podcast about your journey together of trying to build your own family through an IVF journey. Is it okay if we talk about that?
Oh, yeah, for sure.
Yeah, I'm just trying to understand.
It's a really important topic, actually.
Yeah, it is. And I think we also, being men, we know that this perhaps is something a little heavier on the women going through it.
Yeah.
But I'm interested to understand what your experience was in the entire journey.
Yeah. For me, all of the risk it belongs to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. So I'm very clear on that. For the reason why we wanted to make that public, right? Because I've been doing real estate for almost 8 years now. It's coming to 8 years. I realized, so me and my wife, we've been married for 11 years. We dated for 10 years before that. So we've been together for a while. So we dated on and off before. So we've been together for quite a while. She's the most amazing person, Allahumma barik. So when I do my real estate work, right, when I meet clients, and then I realize, the more people I meet, because when I meet my fans, I don't get to really see how they are at home. I don't know if they have kids. I don't know if they have cats. I don't know. It's just a touch and go, right? So when I serve my clients, I go to their homes. And I know more about their lives, how many kids they have, where their parents stay and things like that. So I noticed there are a lot of families who do not have kids. And typically when they don't have kids, they have cats or they have dogs or whatever, right? So I realized, it's not just us that's in this boat. There's a lot of people who are going through it. And these people, sometimes they get asked very insensitive questions. They get put in very insensitive conversations. So we wanted to show them that you're not alone. My wife is the brave one because it's mostly on her. Because as you mentioned, for the women, right, it's really, really tough for them. So for her to be okay to talk about going through 6 IVF cycles, we did other things as well, which didn't work. But alhamdulillah, that is what's meant to be. And we just wanted to share with people that you're not alone. And we wanted to share with the other people that don't ask insensitive questions. Sometimes there are certain topics that maybe you mean well, but sometimes just don't ask lah. Because some people, it might be reliving a traumatic event that has happened, right? So just be a bit more tactful. And to those who are going through IVF, you're not alone. We are all facing this challenge together with you, and Allah or God has a better plan for you. Don't worry. Focus on your other family members. Focus on your parents. Focus on, if you have cats, focus on your cat. But most importantly, this is what I think people forget, and which is what we want to drive. Do not forget each other. Do not forget each other, because there's a reason why you chose one another, and the vow, the relationship, the days and nights that you've spent together, right? Please do not forget that. Do not let this journey, people ruin that, because I've heard of people who've gone through IVF a lot of times, and it destroyed the family. Because I think, of course, Allahu Alam, I'm really not sure. Maybe they started blaming each other. They don't understand that. Of course, it takes 2 hands to clap. But sometimes there are some scenarios, like for me and Sheena, the doctor said there's nothing wrong. So that's even more frustrating, right? But you must understand, sometimes it's just not meant to be. And that is what Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has already decided that's the best for you. So you got to look at you have to look at the silver lining. You have to look at in a different perspective and have clarity. Okay, I understand. Maybe it's not for me for certain reasons. I will focus all of my love, all of my support on my wife, on my husband, on my mom, on my parents, on my siblings, my nieces and nephews. So
you're killing me here.
So
killing me here. This guy is.
It's really, really important. We tend to lose sight. We tend to lose sight of the people closest to us. And this is what humans always do. Who is the person we take for granted most when we were growing up? It's our parents. And they are always there for us. Regardless of how idiotic we are, right? So they are the last person who we will want to call when we were younger, or when they call us, we don't answer. We don't. But as you get older, you got to pick up the phone. You got to call them. Don't wait for them to call you, because it's going to mean the world to them. Because especially when you don't stay with them.
Yep.
It'll mean the world to them when you call them. It can just be a 5-minute call, right? You have no idea how they feel. Because I had this conversation with my brother, right?
Yep.
We have this self-realization that we don't call our parents enough. We don't call our dad. Because my mom is staying with me.
Right.
So my dad is staying in JB. So that was at one point of our life that we don't call him. Then I had this conversation with my brother. How would you feel if your niece never call you? If your daughter never call you? If your daughter go out and never call you or whatever? He said clearly he'll be sad. That's like, can you imagine how our dad feels?
Yeah.
That we don't call him. They don't ask him how he is for months sometimes.
Yeah,
which is nuts, dude. Which is nuts. I was thinking about it. But it's unfortunate that it takes being old
to get that phone call.
To get that phone call, or for us to have this realization, right? It's unfortunate that, hopefully the young ones can benefit from this. It will be a bit unfortunate for you to have this realization that you need to invest, you need to love your family, for you to have clarity at an older age when you realize life is running out or whatever it is, right? If you can realize this earlier, I wish I realized this a lot earlier, so I have the rest of my life to just,
Can I share something with you? Because this was a lesson that I learned, courtesy of a friend, a mentor, a teacher. I mentioned him a couple of times. His name is B. Mark Seabrooks. He ended up in Singapore, teaching at NYU Tisch, teaching comedy for a living. Comedy.
Wow.
And there was a really tough phase I was going through in life, with career, with family, with just transitions and change.
Yeah.
And I was driven a lot by fear.
That's why you find it interesting when I said fear, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
And he gave me a very interesting perspective, right? Because I was, what's the word? When you don't move, I was frozen.
You're just stagnant and
I was not taking action. And I was afraid that, alamak, if I do this, or if I say this, or what if it goes wrong?
I have a great thing to say about.
Okay, go first.
Oh, okay. Yeah. This is what I've learned. I've seen someone said. One of the things that's gonna hold us back, right? Gonna be our crutch is the fear of embarrassment. The best way to learn is to embarrass yourself again and again and again. Or if you want to put it in another perspective, the best way to learn, obviously, is to fail again and again and again. But in order to not fail, in order to not be embarrassed, don't try lah.
Yeah lah, easy.
Yeah,
easy way out.
Easy way out. So the winners are the ones who tried and fail. The winners are the ones who perform and get embarrassed.
Yeah.
And then of course, don't fail and then do nothing lah.
Yeah, fix it.
Yeah, don't be embarrassed and do nothing. Figure out why it was an embarrassing moment for you and don't do it again, or do better. Figure out why you fail and don't do it again and do better. And that's an important life lesson that nobody can teach you. You need to go through it in order for you to learn. Okay, sorry, please.
No, agreed. Some things you cannot teach, they can only learn.
Absolutely.
And that's exactly what you're saying. Like my craft as a stand-up comedian is exactly that, right? Because I've heard like Dave Chappelle or Chris Rock, they will do routines at the comedy cellars, right? At the comedy place before they do their big shows. Exactly. So I think I invited you for a show once in 22 when we did NDP together that year, right? So I did a show called Exposed.
Yeah.
So that 1 hour show you watch is a show that's been rehearsed and tested in the clubs. And the first time I do it, it sucked. The first joke before it became 60 minutes.
I don't believe you, bro. You're hilarious, dude.
No, but
but I can understand.
The process is that, right? You think of something funny in your head and you're like, I'm going to go in front of the comedy club, in front of strangers.
I'm going to kill it.
And test, and they're like, what you talking? Nonsense. And then you embarrass yourself, you get rejected, and you go back and you listen to the tape or the recording and you go like, okay, which parts work, which part didn't, why did it work, why did it not?
Yeah.
And then you go back out there the next night and you try it again, but you fix it along the way, which is exactly what you're saying, right? You go out there, you fail, you course correct, you adjust until you get to a point where this is something I'm proud of.
Yeah.
This is something I'm proud enough to call Taufik Batisah to watch in the theatre.
That's
Taufik and Sheena, will
bro.
you come to my show?
That's hilarious, bro. Yeah. But it's that fear you were saying. That fear caused you before to not actually like remain stagnant and just frozen, right?
Yeah. Well, this was again, I was like starting out my career. I was a few years in, and there were some things I was just figuring out in life. And he told me, he said, Rishi, I want you to look forward to your life as an older person and imagine two doors in front of you. One is a door that opens a room full of everything you feared your entire life. And if you open that door many years down the road, you will look in and you'll be like, some of these things are laughable almost. Like, what? I was afraid of this. I was afraid to have this conversation with my family about this. Or I was afraid to pick up the phone and call this person about this job. Or I was afraid to take this action because I was scared of embarrassment.
Yeah.
And many years down the road, your fears will stop becoming so scary. And by the time you're at the end of the road, you'll be like, this is ridiculous.
Yeah.
But now I want you to imagine this other room full of your regrets.
Ooh.
Because if you open that door, that room gets worse the older you get. Because those are things you wish you had done. You can't go back and fix that. So he said, start emptying your room of regrets.
My God.
Game changer.
That's a wise man, man.
Wise man.
Very, very well put.
And he said it to me at a time where I was in a big slump, in a really difficult spot, and it changed my mindset on things. And I started becoming a bit bolder in emptying that room of regrets.
Yeah.
I mean, what's the worst that will happen?
What's the worst that can happen?
Yeah. So you go with that mindset.
Yeah.
Change me, man.
Yeah. What's the worst that can happen?
Yeah.
As long as you're not doing something criminal.
Yeah.
Right? Yeah. As long as you're not doing something criminal.
Like, let's plan to rob.
Yeah, right. What's
this
the
bank.
worst that can happen?
Okay.
Don't do that.
Yeah.
Yeah, but that's true.
Yeah.
What's the worst that can happen? Maybe just to perspective, the fear that you're mentioning versus my fear is a different kind of fear.
Of course.
Because, but actually, in general, fear, it can be unhealthy for a lot of people.
Yep.
It depends on how you use it to benefit you. It's like, for example, how you use negative comments to benefit you. How you use, for lack of a better term, haters lah. When people just say things just for the sake of saying it, right?
Do you have haters?
Oh yeah, for sure.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay. So
I just block them. It's easy.
Because image-wise, I would be very shocked if even someone like Taufik Batisah, who, there's some history, first Singapore Idol, you are performing at the National Day Parade, you're writing and performing music for the songs.
Oh no, man.
You are like performing for Tarman at the Istana. No, but curious, when you went to the Istana, did you look around and think like, what's the valuation of this building?
Priceless.
What would the bag valuation be?
That's priceless, dude. Millions. Like, I don't know, 500 million.
Easy.
I don't know. Easy. Yeah.
We are not saying that president you should sell. We are not saying.
But give me a call. Selling. I have a team. Batisah Realtors will be more than happy to
Call
assist you.
Batisah Realtors if you want to put the Istana on Property Guru. Okay, no.
That'll be hilarious. There'll be so many viewings, but nobody's buying.
No, everybody will be viewing, and then imagine someone goes into Istana and say, I don't like the view.
Where's the afternoon sun?
Hey, is this east-west
Is
facing?
it facing or not? Hey, how are your neighbors?
Yeah, hey, any problem? The grass. How many cars? How many car parks?
Is it haunted?
Alamak. Oh man.
Aduh, wait. The kicker. Need extension.
Okay, guys. So if you want to put your house, even if it's like the Istana on sale, call
Let me know.
Batisah Realty.
We'll be more than happy.
Batisah Realtors.
Realtors, yeah.
No. But this has been incredible, Taufik. Thanks for being so generous and
No worries, man. No
so
worries.
open with your conversations.
Yeah.
I asked you to think about young people, the future of your industry, of your former industry. Now that you say you show me the poster of this last concert, this 5,000 people come to Star Theatre.
Oh, yeah.
And you sold out within an hour, an hour.
Like 5 hours,
5
like
hours.
that combined.
5,000 seats.
The first row and second row sold out in about an hour. And then we decided to open up like the top row. Then that's the next day. We did next day. Yeah, I know, that's insane. Doesn't make sense to me.
Was this a goodbye concert?
Yeah. It was. I believe that Allah has given me this risk to do music for the past 22 years. It's enough lah. It's time for me to move on to the next thing lah.
Really, yeah?
Yeah.
It's not something that you I guess how do you feel about saying goodbye? I mean, it's clear to you? Like
there's
a lot
clarity.
of things?
Yeah. I believe that I'm done with that phase of my life. Alhamdulillah. So now I'm focusing on my real estate team, Batisah Realtors. I'm focusing on my restaurant, Chicks Hot Chicken. We've been around for almost 9 years now. We have 2 outlets, one Jalan Pisang, the other one at 64 Prinsep. And now my new vertical, which is Ivory Cove. So we do interior design. So we want to do a one-stop shop, basically.
Yep.
Once I find a house for my clients, so they can trust me enough to know that I have their best interest, to give them the best quotation and the best design. I mean, the design we have, we actually renovated my house, so you can see it for yourself. And I want to make it a one-stop shop to make it seamless, because you were asking me like controversy or people hate me or whatever. So I've built my career on honesty. I built my career on being controversy free, like without any drama or whatever, right? That's how I run my businesses. I run based on trying to achieve longevity. So it has to be based on trust.
Yep.
You have to do things to the best that you can, which is what I do whenever I used to perform on stage and etc. Same thing I do for my real estate. Same thing I do for my shop. Same thing I do with my ID company as well. So you can trust that I don't take things lightly when it comes to my brand.
Yep.
I'll do it the very best that I can in whatever that I do. So maybe a takeaway for the young viewers, whatever that you want to do, right? Go full throttle. Just go full throttle. And if you fail, great. It's a great learning experience. Don't be afraid to embarrass yourself. Don't be afraid to try out something new. Don't be afraid to learn something new. And the good things comes to those who put in the work, and it will be delayed gratification, because I believe you guys are very into, Instagram, instant likes, instant, viral.
That's the name of the show I was writing.
Oh, yeah?
Delayed gratification.
Oh, there you go.
Oh, beautiful. I love it.
It's really, really important.
It's important.
Yeah, you have to have the clarity. Yeah. Good things comes to those who put in the work, and the best things that's going to last longer or longest is when it comes later, actually.
Oh,
yeah.
Such a great thought, man. I swear to God. No, I mean, I believe this wholeheartedly.
Yeah.
Because like you say, we are in this world of I need instant gratification.
Yeah.
Where there's so few people who can have the patience, the discipline, the ethics. The ethics. I'm going to wait it out. Yeah. Tell the kids about ethics, bro.
Please be ethical. There's many ways to get rich. Many ways to get rich easily, unethically. So we believe in, as Muslims, amanah. Amanah, you have to be ethical because someone comes to you with their trust. They entrust you to guide them for their property journey, entrust you to design their house. They entrust you with their hard-earned cash to eat at your place.
Yep.
Right? So the least you can do is to, of course, give them the best service possible and be ethical about it. Because, yeah, you may get away with it in this world, but if you believe in the highway power, you're gonna...
It's going to catch up.
It's going to catch up to you, man. It's going to catch up to you. So I truly believe that's really important. If in this space, whatever you do, if you're not meant to make that money, just move on. Learn from it and move on. Don't be unethical. That's the last thing you want to do because it's going to be bad for your character in the long run.
Taufik, thanks so much for making time.
Thanks for having me, man.
This has been incredibly eye-opening. I want to just wrap this up with all of you right here. You know, today we came in hoping to learn a bit more about this very iconic character in Singapore's musical entertainment history, but we're walking away with some lessons on ethics, on some lessons on the clarity that you require in life. And most importantly, I think we walk away with an understanding of the importance of delayed gratification.
Absolutely.
In this world where everyone is trying to chase that instant dopamine hit, I think there's some value in playing the long game.
Yeah,
in
absolutely.
Working hard, in letting your chips fall into place in the long run.
Absolutely.
Thank you for those thoughts, Taufik.
Most welcome, man.
I know we won't see you on stage performing your concert.
Yeah.
But, if you write another NDP song, who knows? We might have to introduce it again. This has been a very exclusive episode of the Rishi Report podcast. Thanks so much for tuning in. We'll be back very soon with our next guest. Please share this episode with your friends and family with the one and only Taufik Batisah. We'll see you soon.